Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 41 of my Better Than Wolves playthrough. I come back to you not too terribly long after the last episode let off. I did a couple of adjustments here. I removed the netherrack fire for light sources and set up some torches. I did a round or two of herd culling, and I tossed that leather down into the cauldron here. And would you look at that, we have glue! Lovely, lovely glue. So now, in order to make the water wheel, I should just need a bunch of oak siding, which means I need a fair amount of wood. So I'm going to almost immediately sign off so that I can go chop that wood without, bothering you guys with all that noise and whatnot. It's not particularly interesting work either. So, see you in a minute. Alright, so that brings us right back here. Let's slam the glue there, spread it out this way, and ba-bam! Bunch of wood blades. And with that, we should be able to make a water wheel. Oh my god, a wheel of water. Boom. Water wheel. Sweet. Let's see. If I recall correctly, I blocked this up, to keep the chicken in, because I haven't decided what I want to do with the chicken. I did a whole thing where I was trying to not let them escape, and it didn't really work. So, I penned them up until I decide where the new home for them is going to be. Speaking of new home, we need a new home for this here water wheel. So let's see. So I started clearing this out, then I started clearing that out, and then I tore into this and realized that's a nice source of water. So I'm wondering if I should just tear all of this up and set it up maybe farther that way, dig all this out sort of thing, and just have big old underground space for now. It's not going to be the prettiest, but it'll get the job done. And again, with the semi-limited resources I have, until I have some sort of cobblestone generator, I can't really work with cobblestone very easily. A block dispenser to suck up this sort of cobble would be much better, because then I can place it in the world without it falling down. And harvesting stone is still not a thing yet either, due to bummer. I'm gonna go ahead. This chicken doesn't seem to be bothered by this, so I don't feel a problem with that. What was I saying? Thagnabbit. So I definitely want to move that chicken spot, because I'm getting tired of walking past and the seeds getting picked up. But if I convert this underground layer to just being around, there's not too much problem with that, I don't think. I don't have the materials to make a nice house, but a nice house is not quite required yet. Instead, it should just be taking advantage of the space that I have already. And if I can just get this to be a nice flat space with several spots and levers for all of the workstations that I'm going to want, namely this little getup, a millstone I can turn on and off, and then this hopper and that turntable, then that would be the most ideal. So I'm going to go ahead and carve this out, and I will be back when that is done. Alright, so I've dug out a little area here. I plan on setting up the water wheel right there, provided there's enough space. But first I'm going to go ahead and set up that water, and not enough room. Okay, it is possible that I need another block. Yeah, I think it needs another block. And I'm kind of hesitant to go up, so instead I will go down by digging this out one more and setting the gearbox appropriately right here. Don't quite remember what the spacing requirements for the water wheel are, but we're going to keep trying until there's enough space. And there we go. Excellent. So there's our power. And I'm actually going to set it one farther back so that I can go down immediately for some of those machines that don't require it to be right there. And I'm actually going to block this off just in case any sort of shenanigans happen with fire and the like. So we'll just seal that all up and bada bing bada boom. So then the next step will be to get some more gearboxes so that this can be, so that certain parts of it can be turned on and off. Now, the other problem is my millstone is not going to have a water source unless I put it right next to this. The millstone I kind of wanted to put as far away from all of that stuff as possible. So maybe, just maybe, I go ahead and make another water mill for this millstone. And put it, I don't know, somewhere over there. That's a bit of a conundrum. I might have to go so far as to just not worry about the millstone for now. Leave it where it is, sort of thing. Yeah, okay, fine. So then let's make the next thing be that turntable. So we'll go ahead and get this hooked up. I guess the turntable, do I have a problem with that being on all the time? Not really, just like I don't have a problem with this being on all the time. Really, it's just, I think the saw and the millstone that I care about not being on all the time. I suppose it might make some amount of noise to not have it on all the time, but I don't know how much that matters. So let's go ahead and grab those redstone latches that I made on accident, and I'll need my gears and siding. So go ahead and dump off some of these items, go over to this chest over here to dump off these bits and grab those bunches of gears. Okay, so at the very least we're gonna make redstone latches, 2 gearboxes at least. Alright, that's a good start. I keep accidentally stealing a seed, which is all sorts of fun. Okay, and then we'll just use a plank to cover that. And one flaw in this is that I need it one further down for it to be covered. So let's go ahead and do that quick. Alright, so we got the axle, another axle, gearbox. Can I hop on top of the axle? Heck yes I can. Awesome. Okay, so we'll use this. Ba-bam. And then let's go ahead and move that little getup from here. And steal those, since we're not going to need them in that area anymore. Which is just wonderful, because it's going to be so much more pleasant to work with all of this stuff when it's nice and in the open. Boom. Turntable. Yeah, I suppose that ticking noise is kind of annoying, isn't it? Is there a way that I can bring the signal down? Oh no, the beautiful stone. Okay. So what I need is a way to get access to a gearbox. Well, first of all, the gearbox needs to be separate from that. Or I just deal with the constant ticking noise. I don't think I like the idea of having to deal with the constant ticking noise. So, what it needs to be is we need another gearbox over here. No, No, not quite. You need to be facing this way, thank you. And then this turntable, so I grab a lever, and I need the signal to get to that. So if I put signal here, redstone will go in the block below it. I'm going to go ahead and carve this out. Yes, this should work. So let's go and first eat some ham and eggs. Then we'll go grab that redstone. Redstone, there you are. And I'm going to need to make some more gearboxes to get all of this setup going, but this will do for now. And then if I do this, ta-da, that gearbox is no longer turning, and we don't get the annoying ticking noise. Excellent. That is all I could have wanted. I'll just have this all be wood for now, and hope that I don't do something that sets it all afire. Get a light source back here. Okay, so that's the turntable down with an on-off switch. Now next, I'm going to need a nearby source to bottle these bad boys. So that's just as simple as getting power to that. So really, what I need there is a block beneath it. Well, an open space beneath it. So let's go ahead and grab that. We'll just pull directly from here because why not? We don't need to turn it off. And then put in some soul sand and bada bing bada boom. Bottling factory ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and make this a slab so that I can get up and down relatively easily. Excellent. So then next stage is to hook up this little system. I suppose it could be nearby. No point in it not. Means I'm going to have to extend this a bit. Or I don't like it right where it is. It's kind of in the way. So what if I were to... I could move it back and give it a separate power source. Or I could connect it to this power source. Couple options, couple options. What do I like the most? I am not sure, to be honest. I really like the idea of having a windmill-powered millstone, but I don't yet have that technology to turn it on and off safely. So I need it to be water wheel based. So this is the part where I was mentioning in another episode where I end up focusing on function rather than form, because, you know, here I am just making these small areas. Well, let's go ahead and I will tear out some more of this and be back when I am done with that. Slight change of plan. Next thing I'm going to focus on is the saw, because I think that should be relatively easy to install. So let's see, I have a gearbox there, so I'm going to go here. Should just be able to slam this last gearbox right there. And put in some axles to give it... yes, but we offer the same problem with the saw as we do with this bad boy. Namely, I want to not have to have it powered all the time. So I'm going to need yet another gearbox. And the saw, I'm going to end up putting well, let's see, gearbox there, saw there. Or do I want it higher? I kind of want this line to not be surpassed by machines. But I guess this will suffice. This gives me a 3-block walking space. And like I've been saying, I'm not exactly focusing on form quite yet. So we'll have the saw point here. And then I can just put, oh no, I gotta have the hopper underneath it. So the power's gotta come from a different direction. Which is fine. Then I'll just have the power be coming up vertically, and that means I don't need to dig beneath. So power's gonna come right there into the saw right there. And I'll have hopper ground level to catch everything. Do I need this to have 1 block over? Yeah, I think I do, because I want it to be able to I want to be able to wall it off so that all of the drops are focused in one spot. So we're going to go ahead and bump this gearbox over. And yeah, my next conundrum is going to be axles, but that'll be easily solved. Okay, so let's go ahead and block that off. So then we're going to have that capture here, so an axle here, saw here, which means hoppers here. And then we block it off like that. I think that should work. Okay. So I need a lot of that hemp. And I need molding, because I make rope. Is it molding? Yeah, the flat bit. Molding, molding, molding. Give me some molding. There it is. And I suppose I can also make some more redstone latches to make more gearboxes. So I'll make those gearboxes there. Make the axles here. The good thing is this saw I'm getting set up next, because I'm most likely going to need more wood cut up at some point in the near future. Okay, so... Ah, yes, that is not yet a gearbox like it should be. There we go. That has power. Get the first hopper there, install the saw, and grab a lever for it, and shut it off. It seems like it might only make noise. Okay, it only makes noise when it's running. Does that change how I want to do this? I guess all it means is that I don't need to use the lever on it. Aside from that, positioning-wise and everything, it is where I want it to be. And this barricade needs to be here, rather than having to be back here. I'm going to go ahead and block this off. I'm going to unblock that. Leave that there. Okay, good, good. Set that light. Alright, so I need another hopper to go down there, which I can make down here. Since this is going to be a common occurrence, might as well just dead center, make that there. Okay, pressure plates, gears. I don't have the corners. I suppose I could just make one, can't I? Because we've got the saw back up and running. Huzzah! Alright, there's that. Corner, pressure plate, gears, and siding for another hopper. Hooray! Alright, now all of those drops should be caught. Go ahead and do it like this. And then I can just stand right here, hold down, well, if I place a corner up here, now I should be able to just hold down right click while standing right here, and it'll just go to town on the saw, and that'll be great. I do, however, still want a light source. Okay. So that's 2 of the machines. If this layout might bother me at some point, but that would mean I'd need another gearbox to push this back, so I'm gonna deal with it for now. It is lined up here. This just isn't as far forward as I might want it. I could bring it forward, but I'm, like, again, not gonna worry about that right now. I did, however, notice that, yeah, I'm starting to cut into the ravine cave entrance over here. Interesting situation that'll put me into. So I'm just wondering if I should simply leave this. I mean, I can leave this over here for now. There's nothing wrong with that. The biggest thing would be to... the millstone can't be powered right now, which I could change. And this whole setup isn't on without me doing anything in particular, which might be a good thing. I could just... I mean, that effectively turns it off, right? Sort of. That would keep spinning. So no, it doesn't really turn that off. So the next step might be to move the millstone. The issue with that will be a source of water, which if I head this way enough, I will be underneath the river and can get a water source from over there to be used for dumping all of the drops into one spot. So that might not be a terrible idea. I'll have to find out where I could pull such a thing from, and also benefit if I move it far enough this way. Then as long as I am over in that part of the base, I won't hear the millstone. I won't be able to do other work with other machines, but that's a temporary issue as it stands. Yeah, I'm gonna tunnel out more of this, figure out where I'm gonna put the millstone, and I'll be back. Okay, so I figured things out that I think there might be enough height to pull a water source from over there. Right there is the well that spawned from the village, and like I was saying, I think there's enough height that if I bring it back behind, I can bring a water source over this direction and just have the millstone be right here. So what I'm going to do is the millstone can't be right there. It's got to be like that. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to have another hopper right here, which I'm going to make right now. Just kidding. I need to go get some redstone. Redstone. And make it up here then. Pressure plate, gears, missing a corner again. Right, because I used it on the saw. Okay, so let's go ahead, go make some more. Grab one of those. Oh, take nab it. Alright, there we go. Here's this, here's this. Grab those gears, make that hopper. Put the hopper down where it's gonna be. Interesting conundrum. I don't want the water to go. Well, we'll see how tall the. Oh, I'm gonna need wall right here. Well, that's gonna ruin my plans as far as that goes. Can I bump this line one back? I think I can. I'll need some more axles to make everything supported, but if I do that, then the millstone can be right here and the wall can be here. Yes. That. Oh no, I don't need the. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do that and I'll be back. Alright, so I got everything moved back. Oh, sorry, that's probably a little loud. I got everything moved back one space, which will allow me to move this back one, which is really just me being picky, but, you know, whatever. It's my not so extravagant world. I will do with it as I please. Alright, so we got that. Let's go ahead and fill that back in with cobble. Same with this, and block this off with wood. And then the millstone's going to go right there, which means I'm going to need water source coming from, well, I guess it doesn't matter which direction, as long as the thing is appropriate. So, I need walls here, here, just really one block around, all around. Or 2 blocks. I can count. And then wall here. So if I do it like that, then the water source needs to come from that direction. If I do it like this, then I simply readjust, making the water source come from this direction. So now the next hurdle is to get a water source come all the way over here and then not interfere with any of this, nor run out of space. So to that end, I'm going to build a little, or dig out a little tunnel. Poke my head out every once in a while so I know where I am. Okay, so there's the water wheel. So we not only have, so we also have to get around that so that the water's not interfering with it. Alternatively, we have the water just split. So let's see here. It's getting a little dark. Okay, so here's where a water source can come at us. And whoops, there goes all my torches, which is fine. Okay, so that would power the water mill, but that's not quite how I want things to go down. So yes, we will block this off. Keep this coming as far as we can. And so that is as far as that goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure I need to bump this up 1. Interesting. Are there spiders right there? It's entirely possible. Just go ahead and light my torch. Nope. Alright, come all the way back here. Light my torches. Set one back here for light. What is that? That could even be an octopus, maybe. I doubt that they're... Oh no, that's items. I'm not quite sure. Seems pretty glitchy. So what I'm going to do is dig this out a wee bit more and see if I can't have the water source come at us from 1 block higher. So I'm going to go ahead and block it off there. And what do you know? Here it comes. Yes, it set my torches out, but... Oh, did we just lose... Did I just lose power? Looks like it might have been interrupted for a second or something. Not quite sure. But I'll go ahead and... Oops, I gotta go through here, don't I? The struggles. Okay, well, this is particularly boring to watch, I'm sure, so I'm going to get this done and show you the end result. Okay, so here's our water source, feeding blocks all the way over here. The millstone is on there, or it was on there a second ago, but I made it inactive so that it's not making a bunch of noise. So the next step is to make it so that this bad boy can be turned on and off. Now what I'm thinking is that I just put a lever, say right here, and we'll do a similar thing that we did with, yeah, I'll have to fix that, with the turntable over there. So we'll have the redstone signal come through here, so go ahead and turn that on, and we're gonna have to make the flooring a little more solid than this, but that's fine, and that will bring the redstone signal to that bad boy, and we'll just fill in these sections with wood, cover with cobble. Okay, so release the water once again, and add a millstone, and bada bing bada boom, we have a millstone that we can turn on and off, and is separate from the other power system, so I can have more power come over this way. Wonderful, this is looking spectacular. The biggest thing now is this system is still hooked up to the windmill, which, while not being a terrible concern, it will hamper things. So I suppose it would behoove myself to move it to a new home. So I'm going to clear out some more area and be right back. And we're back. I also took a minute to tear down the current setup. I got what I think is enough space right over here, so I'm going to want maybe 2 blocks in between. I dumped all of that aside, so let's go ahead and have the cauldron and crucibles set up right here. I like the cauldron being there and the crucible being there to get a little more direct heat, which means I just need brick here, and I did need it there. So my access tunnel is going to have to be on the opposite side, which is fine. And I'm going to need to fill that spot in. I'm going to put loose cobble for now. Actually, that's a bad idea, because that will just almost certainly fall when I go to put something there. So let's go ahead and grab... Oh, I had netherrack in my inventory. Whoops. So I'm going to set netherrack there. That way I know not to knock that out. And I'll do the same here and here. Just go ahead and get the framework for that set up again. And I neglected to recall that I'm going to need a side to access all of this, at least to start with. So I'm going to need to bring that a little bit further. Now the complication with this is that it's going to be pulling off the power that's right in this area, which is going to more or less... It's going to hinder what I can do with the power further down the line if I decide to just keep pulling it from that direction. But that'll be a bridge that I cross later. For now, I need to keep tearing this out until we get back to the main... I thought it was right here. Am I one... Did I go one further? I might have gone one further. Just keep going. I'll hit it eventually, right? Okay, here's my power. So we need to bring that over. 1, 2, 3. And I need to get a lay of the land. So I'm going to dig out more space and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are, working in some slightly tight quarters, but I think it'll be okay for now. So we're going to need a gearbox right here. Power, another gearbox. So I need the turntable, which means that this is going to start poking its head up, which I suppose isn't terrible. So let's see. I am a bit off on my height for this. So I either need this to be one further down or one further up, and up just doesn't really jive. So we're going to bring this one further down, which is all well and good. So we'll have power coming from this direction. Need to have it go here. And I need another gearbox here. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. We'll bring it right here. Okay, there's that power. There's that power. And then if we get the turntable right in this vicinity. Oops. I appear to be stuck. Okay. So there's that. So then the redstone from the turntable can come down this direction. And all I'm going to need to do is seal these gearboxes so they don't set on fire. Which means I'm going to want to put that there and that there. As long as I don't leave any exposed edges, these should all be fine. So that's that. And then if I want power to shut this particular system off, I'm going to need another redstone signal that comes this way. That one might be a little more difficult since we're looking at 2 redstone signals from the same area. So there's the loose cobble, there's this, and power needs to come from that direction, and then that direction. Okay, and that is too fast, I believe. So then we get netherrack signal, or netherrack with the redstone signal coming this way. Okay, so that is now on. So then in order to have a stop signal, you need to have it separate from this and coming down to this bad boy, which is going to use a lot of redstone, but there are some cases in which you don't want the crucible to be going, I think. Well, and in the grand scheme of things, is this really all that noisy? I mean, I guess if we want to be able to go silent for whatever reason, then yes, it is, comparatively speaking, noisy. So, I suppose I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to get distracted and fill this in with some cobble. Then I'm going to grab more redstone. I need a bit of stone. Okay. So, chisel, because I don't have any stone right now. Oh, I don't have any stone right now, and I don't have that piston anymore, because I haven't made a new piston. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, just had to cough, and I didn't want to explode the volume. So let's go ahead and see if we can't grab that. Perfect. That's just what I was, well, just what I was hoping for. So you, and redstone, and huzzah. So I did confirm that there is a spider up there, just not quite sure where they're coming from. Alright, so we gotta wrap this bad boy. Well, actually, we could wrap it underneath, because we have double layering going on like that. And if I bring it boom, right. Interesting conundrum. Where do I want the stop signal to be? Probably like right here would be good. Well, it can't be loose cobble, so for now it'll have to be a netherrack. Boo-hoo. Alright, so if we bring the signal this way, I just need to be able to stop them from connecting. So if I go here, the problem is right there. But if I can just bring it down this way. Uses a little more redstone, but life goes on. And boop. And that should shut the system off. Perfect. So now we've got a silent build. And I'm trapped. Don't panic, don't panic. Oh, I did want to check. All my gearboxes are more or less covered. I don't think they can set a light on the side that the redstone's on. So if I block that off, in theory, they should be okay. I might or might not find out the hard way that that won't work, but to be determined on a later date. So for now, let's go ahead and put some ugly netherrack over here to set that all up. And there we have it. Crucible and cauldron that can be stoked with the flip of a switch. I don't have a way of proving that, but it's true. It is there. So now, part of the point of doing all of that moving was, well, not to set the light out, was to make it so that I could turn the area over by the lava focused on cobble and stone generation. The cobblestone will still be pickaxe based, and the stone will just use the chisel, but with the freedom and space to direct the lava and water flow in a more conducive manner, I can make this a lot better of a setup than what I have right now and tear out the rest of that. So I'm going to go offload my inventory quick, and then I will be back with the game plan. See you then. So that's actually going to do it for the episode here. It's a decent wrapping up point as far as accomplishing getting all that reorganization done. For the next episode, I think we're going to tear out a chunk of this area here and get it ready for lava usage, which will be pretty awesome once we have that going. Until that point, thanks for watching. Tune in next time.